Something really spoopy just happened to me, and I'm not sure if you'll believe me because I have no pictures or evidence, but I still thought I'd share here in case anyone knows what the fuck I witnessed. Be me. Go walking in a dead mall because it's hot as hell outside this time of year. Like to explore the deadest parts of it. It's the poor man's version of urban exploration. Walking down a hall of abandoned stores. Sometimes I go inside the abandoned stores. Retailers will sometimes leave behind old signage and even products. Coast is clear of any security. Walk into abandoned electronics store. MFW, I hear the faint sound of music coming from the back. Notice a faint flashing light coming from behind a corner in the back. Stand still and listen for a moment. Hear something being repeated in a synthetic-sounding female voice. It's about 10 seconds of words broken up by really weird, almost demonic-sounding, electronic sounds, then repeated. Blank and empty. Mind is happy, sleep is good for me. Listen for about 5 minutes and these are the only words I can really make out. Suddenly the music goes silent but still see the faint flashing light. Hear the same female voice loudly say this is your destiny. Demonic electronic sounds start playing again. Nope, the fuck out of there. I feel like I may have stumbled across something really weird going on. If it's scary, ask your higher self. Remember how to move. It worked instantly for me. Be me. Always wanted to experience sleep paralysis. Wake up one morning and I can't move. Finally. JPG. I'm actually giddy and enjoying the experience. My covers are positioned in a way that I can't see over them and see the foot of my bed. Don't know why I want to look so bad. Make a tremendous effort to look over my covers. See a man at the foot of my bed. His head is almost to the ceiling but he's not tall. I feel like he's floating. I'm not in the least bit scared. Kinda weird not to be at least a little freaked out. Take the guy with a grain of salt. Lie still again. After a few minutes I begin to become uncomfortable. Calmly I ask my higher self to help me remember how to move. Instantly I can move freely. I have no idea why I even thought to ask my higher self that. Since then I ask my higher self for help all the time. Many times almost instantly I get what I asked for, which, most of the time, is something I've misplaced. I don't know who the guy was, but I've often wondered who he was. All in all, it was a really cool experience, and it gave me a close connection to my higher self, and he literally helps me all the time now. It's not always instantaneous help, but many times it literally is. Quick reply because I'm at work, but here, I posted this on another thread the other day and saved it before the thread died. This is my experience with a hellhound and can give more details. Be me. Work in the local mall. Employees at all the stores say mall is haunted. See apparitions, co-workers see them too. One chick who does shipment talks about seeing shadows and hearing growling. Stuff flies off shelves. It's just kind of normal, happens in the stores, overnight, and shipment crew deal with the worst of it. Take job at another store in the same mall. Opening crew comes in before main doors open. Have to start taking security entrance, which is long plywood hallways. Always feel like I'm being watched even with other people coming and going, often end up fast walking, a couple times when running. See shadows and start seeing a waist-high shadow. Eventually point blank see the waist-high shadow while coming into work one morning. Think it was a hellhound. Actually no, it was. It has the body of a huge black dog with shaggy and dirty black fur, human hands as its front paws, and its fucking face is a human face with all the skin removed and a huge ass grin. Its eyes are huge and yellow and going slightly different directions. WTF. Start seeing the thing in my house, out and about, at work, everywhere. Eventually have to get a shaman to bless me and banish it. Haven't seen it since. Okay, so here my weird story involving an exorcism. I think. Be me. Be Mexican. Be Catholic, of course. Mom and grandma are very religious compared to everyone else in the family. Visiting Mexico for a week. One day some strangers from the church come and do a section with us. They start praying and convulsing. As time goes on, some of my family members and the strangers start to vomit into little plastic bags. Am shocked to see this happen. Thought this could be a trick. It seems like they were vomiting their sins out. Decided to ask my mom about it if she remembers it, even though I was a kid when it happened, at least pre-2014, as they moved houses after that year. Hear what she described to me. These people are very committed to the Catholic faith, and when these large groups of people are praying intently, they can bring out certain emotions that are intense. Whether crying or vomiting. They aren't special priest or anything like that. They simply go to church more than the average person, so their faith is strong. Also, they do this for free just to help people with negative emotions, so there's no need to make a show of it to get money. Dad thinks it's just a bunch of parlor tricks, but Eve had been rediscovering faith, and I just remembered this story and wanted to tell it. Also, the house wasn't haunted or anything like that. They moved cause they found a better house to live. This one's sorta underwhelming, but at least it's real. Be me, high schooler, July 2016. Have an important exam at school on a Saturday morning. Finish exam, and head home with 3 friends. We're riding bikes to the woods near my house. Not all woods, but a very large area of meadows intertwined with forests, lots of trails and cyclists. Spend the afternoon riding with them. It's now close to 6 p.m., and I lead the path. My friends are tired and lag behind. I'm ahead by almost half a mile and finally stop when the path bifurcated. To the left the path goes among the low grass, to the right it goes side by side with the dense forest. As I wait by the forest, someone starts coughing and moaning. Sounds like an old man. He just coughs and sighs for almost a minute straight. I say, "Hey man, you alright?" Thinking it's somewhere a cyclist. Look around after hearing no response, only to realize the sounds came from the woods. It's getting dark and I can't see even 3 meters into the forest. Well, there's gotta be some path I don't know about in there. Poor dude, he probably can't see shit in there. My friends finally come, I tell them about this and they get weirded out, but we forget about it and go home. Months later I remembered what happened and kinda freak out. After several other incursions across the area, I finally understood that aren't any paths or trails in that are, and that the vegetation is so dense you couldn't actually just walk around there, at least not without lights and a lot of noise, none of which happened. To this day I have no idea what the fuck was that. Hi/X/, I got a story to tell you guys today. This happened to me years ago and I've never got someone to really talk to about all of this. I've always been in /X/file but always had doubts if I should post this here or not, but recently things happened that made me change my mind, so here we are. I hope you guys enjoy it. Be me. Be Brazilian. Just finished school, and after studying a lot and through some miracle of luck managed to get into a good public university in my state, although not in the course I wanted. Be sad because I wanted to study something else, but it is what it is. In UNI, most people are retarded normies who only think about the usual things normies think these days: Instagram, Twitter, the latest American issue imported to the Brazilian political debate, pronouns. Be at the UNI library one day, looking at the books they have on the history and sociology section. Lots of books about religion and occultism here, covering everything from African folk religion, to ancient mystery cults. This piques my interest and I begin to spend my time reading these instead of the course's subjects. This goes on for weeks. During this time, a guy came up and began talking to me. He introduced himself as an cool dude, albeit a little strange, had this slumped eye which was really noteworthy on his face, and walked as if he was always slightly off balance. He also had a string on his neck that seemed to hold some kind of necklace, although I never saw what the necklace was exactly. He and I shared the interest about occultism, although he was clearly way more knowledgeable in the matter than me. In all conversations we had, he led the subject and I always came out of them knowing things I would never imagine or probably even find in the library books. He tells me the library is cool and has lots of resources, but some things are simply not available in places like this, and that, to know the real truths, I needed to go beyond that. I'd the definition of paranormal, but maybe this applies. Be me, 10 years old. Have dream where I'm sitting in a chair. Walls around me are beige, well lit. Walls angle at 45 degrees inward towards the top. Top of angled walls is separated from ceiling by about a foot. Space between walls and ceiling is more illuminated than the room, like there are lights behind the wall. Go to dentist a couple weeks later. Never been there before. Sit in dentist chair. It's that fucking room from my dream. Tell dentist I've been here in a dream. They look at me like I'm a retard. I dunno what the deal is with déjà vu, but it happened. Also, I've been experiencing waking hallucinations from dreaming since I was 5. Wish I could make sense of it all. Maybe over an infinite time scale we are destined to experience our lives over and over again, and déjà vu is just really old memories. Anomalous people thread. Share stories of people who exhibit anomalous paranormal characteristics. Could be stories you've been told or people you know. I'll start. Be me. Dating Belarusian princess from another university. Warns me about how all her ex-boyfriends left her because as soon as they start dating his luck turns super sour. Every single one of them without fail. They get into accidents, they're victims of mugging and theft and so on. Date for 2 months. On the 3rd month my relationship with my parents goes down the shitter too fast, it's irreparable. Previously I enjoyed a super good relationship with my parents and it was through no fault of my own. They aren't the same people they were a few months ago from my perspective. She keeps blaming herself and apologizing. One day get accidentally hit so hard by an elbow in my right eye that to this day my vision in my right eye is still a little impaired. There's blurriness in the left half of my vision in my right eye. As well as many small other strokes of bad luck almost on the daily. Most unlucky I've been in my entire life. If this keeps up I might break up with her. Her life story is pretty sad and jam-packed with misfortune herself. I love her though, genuinely think she's my soulmate. Any other anons know people who misfortune walks in their footsteps. So here's the dream. Be me. At my mom's place. She got a vitamin water dispenser. Type in what vitamins help with my current health problems. Screen is full of fire and burning people screaming in agony. Encounter the name Turku, or something like that. Suddenly see the face of a Mesopotamian Lamesa statue. Tells me they used to rule the Mediterranean like the Romans. Tried to tell me the significance of El and Baal. El is the creator and Baal is the destroyer or something like that. Wake up. Is there a deity named Turku? Why did he interrupt my dream like this?